maybe I just need a passion project. It's one of those thoughts that I have and I write it down and it becomes truth. Absolute and incontrovertible truth. Have you heard the good news? I'm looking for a passion project. Now, it might look like I have passion projects already, plenty of them. I record these snippets of my thoughts and my days, and I set them to music, and I record little voiceovers. That's passion, isn't it? I certainly don't get paid for it. And then I have a folder on my computer called Manuscript, and I have the first 9 or so chapters of something in that, and I keep adding to it. Almost every day I add something to it. I think about it all the time. It consumes me. I feel so compelled to keep going because I believe that it's somehow important to society that I tell this story. I don't know why. Again, I don't get paid for it, and so surely by that metric, these must be passion projects. These must be passion projects. So why do I feel like I need a passion project? What am I doing here? Thinking I need something to do for the sheer love of it, if I already have several things I do for the sheer love of it just because I feel compelled to do them. Why then? Why do I need a passion project? And yeah, like the conventional wisdom does go, if you do something for no pay, no compensation, it doesn't support you financially, well then that is by definition what a passion project is. You would think. That's what I thought. And yet, as I think about these things that I do, I'm like, no, I don't know if they feel like passion projects. I feel like the stakes are too high. I feel like I've invested too much of myself and my time, and honestly, in some cases, my own money already into them. Like I've already paid to do this stuff. Like I bought the equipment. So is that just a passion project then, or is that an economic venture? But then I think about the things that we do that are not considered passion projects, like jobs. You know, those are certainly about as dry and passionless in most cases as you can possibly get, unless you're one of those few lucky people who get to do a job and you're like, my job is my passion. I help people or something. I don't know. I mean, I've kind of had those jobs too, where it's like, I'm supposed to be exercising my passion through them. Jobs like jobs where I had writing jobs for nonprofit organizations, for example. Those jobs did not count as passion projects, and they did not count as doing my passion either, truly, because I was doing this thing that I say I love to do, namely writing, and yet I had to like write all kinds of like nonsense stuff, and I couldn't write in my own voice, and I couldn't choose the words I wanted to use, and I couldn't choose my topics and subject matter, and I couldn't choose the timelines on which I wrote, and I couldn't choose anything. And so I came to really like hate and resent writing for a while there, because I was like, well, my writing is being controlled. And so I guess like that's what the non-passion project jobs tend to do, is they control you, they apply this rigorous set of standards, and you just have to do it. You just have to do it. And it takes up a lot of your time and a lot of your energy. And I think in effect, it really squeezes the passion out of you. Like any passion you might have gone into life having through having one of these jobs, especially maybe one of these jobs where you're doing the thing that you thought was your passion. And then it takes all the life out of you. It drains you of your life force. So you don't have any time to even have a passion. And maybe that's why I think I want to have a passion project, because I think, well, if I have a passion project, then I'll surely feel passion in my life again. I'll feel joy and a sense of romance, and that really is my driving force. I just want joy and a sense of romance in my life. That's all I've ever wanted, truly. But we do these things anyway. We do these things that drain the joy out of our lives because, well, we need to earn a living. Haven't you heard that you need to earn a living? And I've been thinking a lot about this phrase, earn a living, lately. I think it's a really interesting one that is just taken for granted. And yet once you start digging into it, it's like, oh yeah, that's like actually really creepy and scary. I have to earn a living, as in I have to financially justify my right to survive. That's what we're saying. That's what we're saying is like a core of our society, that everyone has to earn a living, that you can't just exist. You can't just exist because you're alive. No, you have to earn it. You have to earn it. And if you stopped paying If you stopped paying for everything, if you stopped trying to earn a living, then over time you would stop existing. It's strange to think that way, isn't it? Maybe if I had a passion project, I wouldn't think these thoughts. Maybe I would be calm. Maybe I'd be fulfilled. Maybe I would dedicate my 2 or so free hours that I have every day outside of my passionless pursuits. Maybe I would have time then to do my passion project and to achieve my perfect ideal of mindfulness. Yeah, maybe I need a passion project. I know I have my writing, I have these videos, and yet they don't feel like passion projects because I'm too invested in being good at them. I'm consumed with the idea of being good at them. Am I doing, especially with my writing, am I doing a good job with my writing? Am I being a brilliant writer like I need to be to like publish something someday and be the voice of a generation? Like I need to try really hard. I need to invest everything of myself in my writing. So it feels like a passion project, but it's almost too intense, you know? It's like way too intense to have to like apply passion in that way. I kind of want to do like a lower key passion, like a lower grade passion, a passion where I don't care so much how it turns out. That's really what I'm looking for. Maybe when I say I want a passion project is I want something that's just like low stakes, easy, that I don't have to put too much of myself into and that I don't have to worry about and I don't have to wonder if I'm doing a good job and I don't have to wonder if people like it. That's what I want. Maybe that's what I want. But then is that a passion project? Is it a lack of passion then if I don't have this passion to be good, this drive to be good? I have no idea. But I guess, yes, maybe for the time being, what I feel that I would need to do to calm down in life, which obviously I need to do. Have you not noticed? I seem a little tense lately. Maybe what I need to do is to calm down with a nice project that I can do without too much worry, too much fear, too much anxiety about being good, that I can do without the threat of external invalidation around every corner. Just something that I can do and be me, maybe. Something that I can do and just exist, because ultimately the passion projects I have kind of get bound up in my mind with the idea of continuing to exist, and not only continuing to exist, but also to be remembered. It's like if I do these well, if I produce something that the world will look back on, then I will not be forgotten. Not only will I have evidence of my existence, I will not be forgotten, or at least it'll take longer to forget me. Maybe that's the existential anxiety that currently is wrapped up in the things that I do because I supposedly love them. And maybe I just need something that doesn't have that attached, that doesn't have that anxiety attached. Maybe that's what I need. Maybe that's what I need. There's a girl sitting in front of me on a bus. You could say that riding the bus is a passion of mine. I like looking out at the scenery and listening to music and thinking romantic thoughts. But riding the bus is not a project. The girl's wearing one of those little blue crocheted head neck wear things. I think it's called a snood. And I think she looks quaint and wintry, and I imagine she crochets, that she crocheted this herself, and that's her passion project. She gets to wear the result of her passion and project this enviable serenity out onto the other riders of the bus, and I wonder if she cares about being good at crocheting. Does she worry about pleasing others with the products of her projects? Maybe she also listens to music and thinks romantic thoughts while she crochets, but she gets a product out of it. I wonder if I should take up crocheting as my passion project. Ultimately, it feels like too much. I fear adding another activity to my roster of activities because I feel like I'm already doing too much in life. I'm already too anxious, too worried, too nervous. Can I learn another skill? I don't think so. Like, to actually sit down and learn to crochet, that would take hours, and I'd have to be bad at it first. And I know I'm saying, well, I wouldn't have to care about being good at it, but I'd have to be bad at it for a while, which I really don't like being. Like, I hate being bad at things, even though I know you have to be bad at things to get good at things. But it just feels like a lot to take on at this moment when I have so much that I'm thinking about. And I've been feeling that like I'm operating on this like surface level of apparent boredom. Like I'm not really doing that much actively in my life a lot of the time. And yet underneath is this like roiling pit of anxiety and fear and existential dread and like worry about every single thing in the world, from like the overall state of the world and like human society to just my own conditions of, I guess, continued unemployment. I have a cat sitting job in March. That's about all I've got coming up in terms of money making at this moment. And that really strikes fear into my heart, because haven't you heard you need to earn a living? And so in all of this, it just scares me to think of taking on something else. And I feel like I should have a passion project, because I feel like I should have a concrete product to point to as a result of the way I spend my time. I guess that's the way I've been conditioned to think. I feel like I can't just do something. I have to have something to show for it. Like I have to have something that I've crocheted or something that I've cooked. And also, like, maybe I shouldn't just like do the cooking. I should also document the cooking. I should take a photo of the meal before I serve it, just to prove that I did it, to prove that it existed, to prove that it was real. And why do I have this drive to prove that everything existed, to prove that everything was real? What if my passion project was something more like riding the bus? I know that sounds crazy, but like, what if my project is just the act of being myself, of living in the world, of existing in the moment, and just being? What if that's it? What if I don't need a passion project? What if I don't need another activity to do amid all of my other activities that I do? What if I just decided that I'm going to take the time to just be, to exist?